Hi, welcome to Draw My Life, Viking Edition. Hi, my name is Brandy Calx, and I was born in North Dublin on April 1st, 843. I was born to a family of 5 merchants. I have 2 brothers, one named Tim and one named Liam, and a mom and a dad. The only way we made our income was by selling weapons and going on expeditions to get the materials. I mostly remember when my brothers had to leave for 2 months and try and find somewhere to raid or just to get us more materials for our swords, spears, shields, and jewelry. They talked about this crazy fight they had on the boat where other Vikings had broken onto the ship and had tried to take the brand new materials they had just gotten from the island. They said it was a crazy battle to guard the materials. I really wanted to do this as well when I was little, because my dad would always send my brothers to go on these expeditions to get the materials. When I was born, life was interesting. We were kind of rich due to how many weapons we sold at the time before the sale to Dublin. And we sold them mostly all to the Vikings that kind of live in the neighboring towns. So basically, whenever we all got here and settled down, to show their thanks, they gave us a decent house in Dublin. But a fun fact is that Dublin was actually founded a year before I was born, which I always found really cool. But it's kind of known for trade also, so that's why we're still here. And on top of that, it's close to the other towns, so we can trade with the Vikings of Limerick and Waterford. One of my dad's friends went on the expedition for when they first discovered Dublin. He was actually the leader of the ship. He's rich now, but he's filthy rich. He's also super popular to trade with in the nearby towns. He always brings his maps to show off the expedition and who he had to fight and all that stuff and how we got gold on the way. He even sometimes sells his maps to make more money. My dad says he always wishes that he went with him, because then we would have been even more rich and not just have been able just to take care of our family, but to bring our family to Dublin as well. Speaking of family, I come from a long line of weapon makers, or a big family of weapon makers. My great-great-grandparents were weapon makers, and it's kind of just been a skill that's been passed down from generation to generation in our family, and now to me. Whenever we were low on supplies and didn't have enough time to go on our expeditions, we would go grave robbing and raiding, which mostly my dad and my brothers would do to get more supplies for our weapons. But it wasn't really uncommon for the time, but it's frowned upon now. But other Vikings in the town did this as well, and sometimes they would come and give us old swords to help out for later, so that we could basically refurbish those and then sell those for money. Later on, when I was about 10, after hearing all these stories for years, I really actually wanted to sail the seas with my brother and my dad, but we didn't really have a boat at the time. But on my 12th birthday, everyone had surprised me with the boat. It was a really nice boat. It had such beautiful brass designs on the top, on the sides. The same day, we took it to the seas. It was honestly one of the best couple hours of my life. I remember it so fondly. We saw so many seals that day, and they were all swimming alongside our boat. But now, after all these years, I specialize in being a weapons merchant. I'm really good at making swords, spears, jewelry, and shields. And when I was little, I did want to go on those expeditions with my brother and my dad, but I feel a lot safer here. After all those crazy stories I've heard, I've chosen to stay here and to keep the legacy going.